MLB Bets and Analysis Friday, July 19th, guys. We are back. All-Star break always sucks with no games, but at the same time, it's awesome to take a break from sports betting and refocus and retarget our goals. Before we start off with the analysis and all that good stuff, couple things. First, if you betted during the All-Star break and you had games that you know about, tennis, which I think was the main sport, good for you and I hope you won. But if you're always looking to take action, guys, you need to control that. Don't let the betting control you. You control the betting. That's a big part about winning. Because when you feel like you need to do something, it typically controls you and it's a recipe for disaster. And I'm saying this from experience. I used to be that type of guy that wanted to take action every day, all day, from morning to night. And that's a recipe for disaster long-term, guys. That's why you're probably in an emotional wreck, always angry or happy, almost bipolar because your bets are going either good or bad. And that's not a way to live, guys. The way to really win long-term is to be cool, calm, collected, and take it one day at a time. Now, before I start, guys, always transparent. Went on a little funk to end the YouTube shows and to end the All-Star break. Ended up 1-5 over the last 6, 19-9 over our last 28 plays overall, and we're 69-25 this MLB season. So when you zoom in, yeah, the run might be a little bit bad, but when you zoom out and think long-term, we're profiting, we're crushing, and we're doing well. Exciting part, system plays are back, guys. It's a play that I've been doing for the past 5 years, very successful. It's a 2-game system that I'll be talking a little bit more in these videos, so you guys should be ready for that because it's one of my best plays. Took a pause on them because I was taking a lot of value plays, but I'm back with them to start post All-Star break, guys. Now, as always, if you guys love the show, if you guys are learning, laughing, winning, share the show to your friends. That's all I ask for, guys. Like and comment. It'll go a long way for me, and the more you guys do this, the more I'm going to provide value. As I mentioned before, I'm looking to start doing this on the weekends, and starting next week, there is going to be a minor change. I'm going to be doing these videos on YouTube 3 to 4 times a week, and it might be on the weekends or it might be on the weekdays. But I'm preparing for NFL season, which the videos are going to be done on the weekends, and 3 to 4 times a week is more than enough, giving you guys enough value. If you guys want my full analysis every day and not miss a beat with that, you guys have my community. It's $97 a month, and you get all my analysis every single day. If you're betting $10-15 per play, that's a no-brainer. All my community members are learning a bunch, and you should join that. And I'll show you guys a little bit about it so you guys see what it's about. This is a school community right here. You get little tips like this during the break, right? Where I'm telling you exactly what I'm looking at, what you guys should look at. Along with that, you get a course. Typically, what I'm doing is every week or every 2 weeks, I'm posting a course on how I read lines so you guys can start learning more. But this is for the community. So if you guys are interested in that, I left the link below. Sign up so you don't miss this weekend's analysis. Now, guys, today is the day I'm starting the 4,000 to 40,000 challenge. I've done this a couple times. I did it last year. I grew my account from $5,000 to over $100,000, and I did it early this year, and I succeeded taking the account from $4,000 to $25,000. Now I'm making it a little bigger. I'm 10xing my account. I announced it yesterday on my Instagram, and all of a sudden, I look at my account, and as you guys can see right here, Hard Rock closed my account, guys. And it's a bit annoying, trying to figure out why we escalated the issue. And I started talking to one of the members in my VIP host, and as you guys can see right here, the issue was the withdrawals. When you start withdrawing from these people, they will close your account. And I withdrew over $40,000 in 45 days. So that's a sign for them. I withdrew yesterday again, and that's when they blocked my account. So I have a little workaround. I have a girlfriend. We live together, so I'll be using her account. Fuck you, Hard Rock. I'm still taking the account to $40,000. Now, let's get to today. A couple things, guys. A couple things that I want to talk about with you guys today is post All-Star break. Couple things to look at is how the teams are doing, right? What teams are fighting for a divisional spot? What teams are fighting for a wild card? What teams are completely out and about, right? So there's a couple teams that I would not touch at all moving forward. It'd be the Marlins, the Rockies, the White Sox, the Oakland Athletics, and the Angels. These guys are pretty much done for the season. They have no hope to make the playoffs unless something miraculous happens, and I doubt that's going to happen with the roster they have. The other teams are in play, and you look at a team like the Nationals, they're 6 games behind to make the wild card spot, which is key, guys. So they're still battling. 6 games isn't much for a second half of a season. And then on the other side, on the ALS, got Toronto 9.5 games, which is far, but they're still competing. So little things to look at. You guys also have to look at divisional positions. Mariners and Astros, for example. The Mariners are 1 game ahead of the Astros, so these two teams are going to be battling, and they're facing each other tonight, a key matchup. So little things to look at. Along with that, when it's post-All-Star break, I like to look at OBP and OPS after the post-All-Star break, because now we have enough data to see who's actually slugging and playing well. So I look at the last 15 days because obviously we had a break going on and this doesn't factor it. And I'm going to pull up OPS first, guys. And Tigers are leading the board over the last 15 days. Cincinnati Reds, Oakland Athletics are on top, even though I said I wasn't going to take them. And then when it comes to OBP, Detroit is also at the top. Mets, Minnesota, Rangers, Nationals are playing extremely well when it comes to getting on base. They're not winning, though, because they're 3-7 over the last 10. And I spoke about that in the last episode. Braves are struggling, guys. They're in the bottom right now. White Sox, Padres, Orioles. Do they start heating up after that cold ending before the All-Star break? I believe so. I personally believe a team to be scared of and a team to look after. There's 2 of them. It's the Orioles and it's the Phillies. Those are teams that, in my opinion, are probably going to make the World Series. So OPS and OPS, key, right? Detroit Tigers ended the first half of the season on a great run. They're batting really well. They're pitching extremely well. And they're starting to click. And they still are fighting for a position. So a team to look out for. And it takes me to my games for the day, guys. So I put 2 down here. And I'm going to talk about the first one. Detroit Tigers at Toronto Blue Jays. And let's pull this up really quick. Let's pull up the matchups. We got Jack. I'm calling him Jack against Chris. Because I don't know how to pronounce the last names and I'm not going to butcher them. So overall, head-to-head, 5-5, right? In the season, Detroit leads them 3-1. Cool. Jack is a pitcher that's been playing extremely well. He's been one of their aces this season along with Screwball. 4-1 over his last 5 games. Now, 4-1, I always tell you guys to look beyond the record and look at the recent games, how they've gone. And one key factor that worries me is this blow-up game against the Angels. But you see every other game he's dealt. He dealt against Cleveland. He dealt against the White Sox, nothing too impressive. He dealt against Houston and the Texas Rangers. So those are big numbers. Now, he did face Toronto this season. He did allow 7 hits in that game and 3 earned runs over 6.1 innings pitched. Significant? Maybe. Let's look at the other side. Bassett. Bassett faced Detroit as well and gave up 3 runs in 4 innings pitched. You look at his earned runs over his last 2 games, and they're higher, right? And a key factor to look into, especially after post All-Star break, because all the bullpen is rested, right? So you can't even factor if they played yesterday or not, which is good, because then all you really have to look at is how the bullpens are doing. And Covers gives you this off the bat. You can go to Covers, MLB, and Statistics, and it gives you the bullpen ERA for 2024. And you see it right here. Toronto has one of the worst bullpens in the league, sitting second to last, which is a critical stat to look after, especially facing a team in Detroit that has seen Bassett and is hot. 8-2 over the last 10, leading in OPS, leading in OBP. Yes, they are away. They are coming after a post-All-Star break, which is a rest, but I still believe in them more than I believe in Toronto. Toronto ended it kind of well. Springer heated up. They should be a team that can make a run, but what we've seen so far this season gives me no trust to take them. And Detroit's trending upward. They're a small dog. You're getting them at plus 100 with the better pitching matchup, better bullpen as well, and better hitters, guys. So that's a big factor to me. I do like Detroit in that game. Now let's pull up the matchups, right? That's a key factor. Toronto against Jack. Barely any hits other than Turner and Varsho. When you look at Detroit against Bassett, multiple players has hit him home runs and RBIs as well. We pull up Bassett splits. That's a key thing we got to find out, see how he does a home versus away. He does better away than he does home. 3.18 ERA, 3.83 ERA. Now, post All-Star break, I like to see the trends of how these pitchers are doing over the last few months. I like to see these numbers, the ERA specifically, to be trending downward. That gives you a sign that they're gaining momentum and they're getting to their zone. And Bassett had a great June, but his last game in July, he blew it up, 6.30 ERA. Was it a blow-up game? Is it an outlier? Maybe. Now let's look at Jack, because that's the other pitcher we got to look at. We got to look at the other side of the coin to see how he's doing and how his splits are away from home. Home, 2-3, 3.50 ERA. Away, 4-2. He does better away. And this is a key factor to me. What I was telling you guys, what I was trying to explain for Bassett, Jack has it. He's trending upwards. He's gotten better as the season has gone. Just look at his ERA from April, May, June, July. So he's pitching a lot better as the season goes on. He's facing a team that has been struggling. He's facing a team that he has seen before, and they haven't hit him really well. They have the better bullpen. They have the better OPS, OBP, which I talk about all the time. And along with that, money-wise, it's rather even, right? It's 50-50 when it comes to bets, handle. Detroit has the edge just a little bit. But a key factor here, they're away. Yeah, Vegas made them favorite in the run line, which typically means they're the favorite team. So altogether, I do like Detroit Tigers in this game. And that's one of my plays for the day. Now, the second game that I'm going to talk about is Atlanta versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, I told you guys I was doing a projected score. I have a team that does this, mathematicians. These guys are geniuses. I've been working with them for the past 6 years, and they help me with this. And we have the Tigers winning this game as a projected score as well, so that gives us even more value. Now, Cardinals at Braves, guys. I love this game a lot for a couple reasons. Now, Spencer, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, against Sonny Gray, actually. This is wrong. Gray's pitching today against a rookie. Now, this rookie has been pitching well, guys, and covers and MLB scores and a bunch of apps still don't have the right pitching matchups, but ESPN does. So we can just go to ESPN and see how he's done over his last 5. He pitched well against San Diego, 1 earned run. He pitched well against Philadelphia, 1 earned run over his last 2, but he has gotten hit against St. Louis. He gave up 4 earned runs against St. Louis at St. Louis a couple weeks back, guys, June 24th. And it was a game he pitched well with 2 outs. St. Louis did this. Now, a key factor here, guys, and I've been telling you guys this for a long time, and this is for people that know baseball a little bit more in depth. And you don't need to know baseball in depth to win games. You just got to know how to read lines. But St. Louis Cardinals, to me, is a team that I've been high on since the beginning of the season. They've just been injured. That's been their issue. Newpart has been out a bunch. Donovan has been out a bunch. Norman Gorman has been out a bunch. And key players have been out. Now they're getting into full form. The only player that's injured and still not playing is Tommy Edman, which is a key player. I'm not going to say he isn't. But all around, they have the bats to compete and go far. Along with that, they have one of the best bullpens and the best closer in the MLB. Now they're facing Atlanta Braves, a rookie, a team that's in the bottom when it comes to OBP and OPS. They are home, a factor to take into consideration. But all around, when we look at the matchups, right, let's see if MLB has made, now you see to be determined. Atlanta has seen Sonny Gray a bit. And Sonny Gray is their ace, but he's gotten hit, guys. It's not like this guy's like Jack in Detroit. He's gotten hit a bit, and we can pull up the matchup right here. Sonny Gray over his last 5 versus Washington gave up 5. Versus Chicago gave up 3. So over his last 3, he's been playing a little bit worse. And that's a factor to consider. Now, what I see is a better lineup, a better bullpen, a pitching matchup that favors slightly the St. Louis Cardinals just because of the matchups we've seen. And this kid, the rookie, got hit against them recently. I wish Atlanta's pitcher was in covers, but he's not. Now, let's pull up the matchups and look how Sonny Gray does away versus he does home. Splits matter, guys, and they go a long way. Let's pull this up. Splits. Home, 6-4. Away, 3-2. He does significantly better at home. He has been trending a bit downward over his last couple of games. Now, there was a huge reverse line movement in this game. Huge, huge, huge. This game opened up at around -150 or so. We could actually pull it up here really quick. -129. In different books, it opened up at -140, and it's trending downwards. Right now, it's sitting at around -126, with all the money and support going to the Atlanta Braves. Very few dollars and bets are going to the Cardinals. Post All-Star break, Atlanta Braves trend upwards. They did last year. At least they were one of the best teams last year. And these are things you should know, guys. These are study these little things. What teams did well in 2023, in 2022, in 2021 post All-Star break. Dodgers is one of them. Orioles were one of them. Braves were one of them. Now, the Braves have not been the same team. Matt Olson has not been the player he was last season. He had a hell of a season, broke records all of last season, and this season he hasn't done the same. They're missing Acuna, they're missing Harris, they're missing a lot of their ace pitchers, and they're still a team that can compete long-term, but I don't see them as this star-studded team as they were last year. St. Louis Cardinals are getting undervalued just because they haven't had the season that they were expected to, but if you look at records, they're 2-3 games behind Atlanta Braves, nothing too significant. So this game to me is rather even, and getting the St. Louis Cardinals at +105 with a full lineup, that's value, guys, and that's not value I'm not letting go. And those are the 2 games I really liked for today. There are a couple others like the Astros. I do see value in them with Brown pitching against Castillo. Castillo has been hit by the Astros multiple times. Hunter Brown, I think he's 6-1 over his last 7, dealt against the Rangers last time out. So I like the Houston Astros in that game, but the 2 games that I really, really like and the 2 games that I'm most likely going to take are the 2 I mentioned. Now, as always, guys, what nobody does, I'm going to do. I'm going to log into my account and place the bet live in front of you guys. Now, as I mentioned, I'm doing a $4,000 to $40,000 challenge. So there's going to be days that I take just 1 play on that account, but I'm going to maybe take 2. But due to the fact that I only have 4,000 and I got to play tactically, I'm only going to take 1 or 2 plays. And if I do, they might be lower amounts. While we grow the account, we can increase the units. And my whole purpose of doing this is showing you guys how I grow my bankroll and how I change my units so you guys can start learning. So let's go to the Hard Rock app and place this bet. All right, guys, so logged into my second Hard Rock app, which I'll be using this account to grow the account from 4,000 to 40,000 due to the Hard Rock closing one of my accounts again. Fuck you to the Hard Rock. But let's get to it, right? One of the big parts about this show is actually showing you guys how I analyze a place. And there's more to it, right? But I'm trying to keep these videos within 10 to 15 minutes long. And actually placing the bets live in the Hard Rock app. Real money, real bets, real tickets. Unlike 99% of the industry that's trying to scam your ass. Which is bullshit, but I hope one day they get exposed. Now, let's get to today's action. MLB. We're going to go and take the team that I talked about. Highest OBPS, OPS, better pitching matchup, and all around the better game. Tigers money line 2,000 to win 4,000. That'll be the first bet I'll be taking for my challenge. Now, I took this game for 50% of the 4,000. For you, if you're tailing along, take it for 10 to 15%. Don't do 50%. I have a huge bankroll and I can afford to lose this. If it does lose, it's going to win. But I'm telling you guys this because a lot of you guys want to basically bet how a professional does. And this took me 9 years to get to this point. Most of you guys are just starting off and trying to build your bankroll. So take it slow, have some discipline, have some patience, and you guys will win long term. So this is the game for today. I might be taking the Cardinals plays, guys. I'm not sure yet for the challenge. This is the only play I'll be taking. Now, if you guys don't want to miss any plays, I've opened up a special package for you guys, which is $197 for the month. It gets you every single play, all my challenge plays and all my extra plays, and I've attached a link below. That way you don't miss weekend action, guys. So tomorrow and Sunday I will not be doing a video. I'll be back Monday. So if you guys are interested in continuing the plays, continuing all this that I'm doing, click the link below, sign up, don't miss out on plays, and you'll see the profits. Long term, I win. And everybody here knows that if you guys have been following me for a long time. If you guys just started following me, in the short term, it's a game of runs. In the long term, it's like this. Slowly but surely. And that's how any profitable and great investment works. So, bet's been locked in. Tigers money line, lock it in. Like, share the show with a friend. And I'll catch you guys again Monday to get this ball rolling even further.